from there. Thank you very much. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, okay. Just minutes. So our discussion this morning, just allow me to turn off my video so that my network quality will be better. Our discussion this morning shall be centered around school growth, the role of teachers, school growth, the role of teachers. And we're going to be discussing about what role can teachers play in school growth. That's what we're going to be discussing this morning. And my name is Victory Mokomio. I represent the Teacher Development Network. Now, a brief background to what we are here for. We are here to discuss how can school grow. And I understand a good number of participants here this morning are teachers, are school owners. Whether you're a school owner, you're a teacher. Am I right? Please, I'll need feedback. Whether you're a school owner, are you a teacher?
Of course, yes, yeah. I'm a teacher.
Yeah, if you're a school owner, you're a teacher. If you're a principal, you're a teacher. If you're a head teacher, you're a teacher. So whatever you have, any business you have to do with the school setup, you are a teacher. It is fundamental and it's important that as teachers, we begin to see ourselves as treasurers. I call teachers treasurers. I will explain the reason why. Teachers are treasurers because we are the custodians of the treasure of the 21st century. Teachers are the custodian of the treasure of the 21st century. And let me ask you a question. What do you consider as a treasure in the 21st century? I ask you that question, I tell you the answer is knowledge. Am I correct? Can I get feedback?
You're correct. Very good.
Knowledge. Knowledge is the currency. Knowledge is the power of the 21st century. And who are the custodian of this knowledge? Teachers. Now, I want to begin this lesson by having a paradigm shift, by talking to our mind, to change our mindsets, for us to change our perspectives, for us to change our reasoning. Let us alter our sense of reasoning, our sense of direction. Teachers are not just pushed away. Teachers are not second-class citizens. We are the custodian of knowledge. And that's where the acronym for teachers come in, that teachers are great, no controversy. Can we say that here together? When I say teachers are great, you respond by saying no controversy. Teachers are great.
No controversy.
And it's a fact. It's a fact. Don't allow anybody push you aside. Let me establish that in your mind. Even those of you who will be watching this webinar after now, don't allow anyone push you aside. You are the fulcrum. You are the center point of teaching. If your school must grow, it is not dependent on the structures. No, it depends on the teachers. We are going to be having sections to talk to school owners. School owners and stakeholders must begin to see teachers as the fulcrum, as the custodian of the 21st century, because we are the custodian of knowledge. However, before these persons can start seeing us teachers as that valuable, we must present ourselves as valuable. I'm sure I'm communicating to us. In any level of education you are, whether you are teaching nursery school, you are teaching primary school, you are teaching secondary school, you are teaching any subject, my perspective of you will determine my value I'll place on you. The reason for this series of symposiums, these symposiums are geared towards increasing the value on yourself, increasing your knowledge, increasing your capacity. Now, for today's webinar, what is the role of a teacher in school growth? I can assure you of one thing. The moment the proprietor, the moment the school owner sees you and knows that this person is indispensable, this person is valuable, this person is of great value to me, I assure you, that person will begin to place the needed value on you. That is it. You can bet anything on it. Introduction. As a way of introducing this lesson, you must understand that everything you do as a teacher centers on students' engagement, students' improvement, and school growth. It can be very difficult, yes, especially because there are so many elements involved. It's not just you as a teacher. But we are trying to tell us know that today, that teachers, we have a strategic role to play in school growth. Now, I always tell people, if you continue on a path without altering that path, you will always end at a definite destination. It takes time, yes. It takes effort, yes. But somebody must alter that direction. Somebody must alter the movement. And that is why you are the teacher. That is why me, I'm the teacher. We must stand and alter this order, this pattern that is going on in your school, in my school. That is why we are teachers. So I'm talking to you. It is based on your value system, based on what you are bringing on board. How have you been able to change this narrative that whoever the teachers, the proprietor, the school owners, the government will begin to put the needed value? Please note, after the end of this lesson, we're going to ask questions. This class will just run for like 50 minutes or so, or 45 minutes. We're going to have questions and have a very good time to discuss. Way forward. To assist in finding ways to improve the educational experience in our schools, I have brought out 14 areas worth considering when schools are looking to take the education to the next level. And as a teacher, you must understand that if your school remains at the level it has been, you, the teacher, will remain at that level you are. It's important you understand that fact. The growth of your school is your growth. The growth of your institution is your growth. So you must begin to understand that for your school to grow, for your institution to grow, you must start growing. You must start changing status. You must start increasing your position. Then you will start seeing your school growing. It is very important. I will take it up from that perspective. Now, let's start looking at them. Number one, use of technology. Technology usage. Do you understand that there are many teachers here today, many of you, many teachers, not you that are here. You are able to come online. Many people are not able to join this meeting because they don't even know what Zoom is. You know that I had a teacher teaching about teaching in school. He was trying to explain email. And trying to tell them, well, you know, you have to pay, you have to get your dollar card to pay for the email, the Gmail, you have to do this. And I was like, bamboozled. My God, Gmail? You pay for Gmail? How? What do you pay for? Gmail that he said you have to go and pay, meet the man in the cafe. It is only the man in the cafe that can help you activate the Gmail. Then make sure you do this. The way he was talking about Gmail, he was talking as if it is one big deal. And you want that teacher to be paid in dollar. You want that teacher to be paid in pound sterling. When he doesn't even know the usage of technology, of ordinary Gmail. I'm not telling you fiction. I'm telling you realities. So the foundation thing is, as a teacher, if you want to change the narrative, if you want to change the way the status is, you must begin with yourself. Use technology. Nowadays, most schools, they use smart boards. They use all these video conferences like I'm doing to you this morning. They do all these things. Now you that a teacher that cannot use these things, how can you flow? You will still be receiving old salary in a new era because you have not come to the new era. You are not aligned to this new era. Am I communicating at all, please?
Yes, sir.
Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, you see, if you must upgrade your salary, you must upgrade your knowledge. Don't take that from me today. I'm telling you for free. The more you learn, the more you earn. Don't allow anybody deceive you. I know of teachers who are sitting in the comfort of their homes and they are earning in dollars in Nigeria here. And in part of this symposium, I'll be exposing us to some of these secrets. You don't need to travel from your place to anywhere. How you sit in your place and have online class. I'm teaching you now. I do this for people in other part of the world. And we make the money. You cannot be in the 19th century and want to earn in the 21st century. It doesn't work. They will pay you based on your level of expertise. So the first thing you must do to change the status quo, to make your school grow, to make yourself grow, is to use technology. Somebody said use technology.
Use technology.
Yes, it's very important. It's very germane. You cannot change that. There are untapped potentials in technology. Now, the benefits are numerous. Of course, research opportunities, effective assessments, open-minded, student guidance, so many possibilities that come in there. The next one is teacher training. Please, listen to me, teachers that are here. Do not wait for anybody to train you. Train yourself. Train yourself. Listen, at the end of it all, you are the one that carries the value. You see people today say, well, my school is not taking me for training. My school is not organizing conferences for us. Look for training. All the conferences I have ever attended as of today, I have on record, not boast, I have over 120 conferences certificates in my file. More than 120. Not one of these conferences was sponsored by my employer. I'm putting this on record. You must learn. Value on yourself. Train yourself. The more you train yourself, the more you get exposed. The more you start seeing beautiful, bright opportunities around you. Don't stay in one school and be crying, and they're not training me, and they're not helping me. The school is not growing, you are not growing, and you are remaining there. How do you train yourself? Number one, look for these online tools, symposiums like I'm doing to you now. You can start from the free ones. It's not all of them that are paid. You can look for free ones. You attend. There are videos online. There are materials online. Zoom meetings online. YouTube online. They are there. They are there. We'll be having these conferences, ASAN Teacher Summit, by 2 weeks' time now. Have you registered? Have you filled the form? Have you indicated interest? These are part of trainings. You don't say, well, I've been teaching for 30 years. What would they tell me that I've not known? So many things. The world is a big thing, big place that you don't know. So you must keep learning. Teacher training is germane if you want to grow. If you want to change your status, you must subject yourself to training. And the emphasis there is that do not wait for your employer to train you. You train yourself. Go ahead, go out of your comfort zone, train yourself, get this knowledge, and increase your capacity. Once your employer sees that your capacity has been increased, you will not force him. He himself will say, this man, I can't lose him. This teacher, I can't lose that teacher. Because you have seen that there is value in you. The next thing I want to look at now is cultural activities. Cultural activities. This one is a form of increasing your quality, increasing yourself and your performance as a teacher. Many of us are living our cultures for the Western life. You want to teach in class, for instance, if you are a Ghanaian and you are here, you are a Ghanaian, you want to teach because we have Ghanaians on this platform. You want to teach and you are speaking Queen's English. What happened to Chui? Speak truth to the people. You are a Yoruba man from Nigeria. What happened to Yoruba language? You are trying to explain. They are not understanding. Speak the thing in the language. This is the essence of ethno-mathematics. Maybe one of our symposium next week, I will teach us on ethno-mathematics, bringing your culture to your life. It makes you at home. It makes people around you feel at home. Not every time suit and tie. At times, go in your native attire. Come in your native things. Apply varieties in everything you do. Thank God I have some school owners here. If you have your school, don't just, you should be able to, within a week, let there be a day that teachers will come to school with native wear. It's not only when you have culture day, maybe at the end of first term or second term, he said this day is cultural day. No. Bring cultural alignment to everything you do. In fact, in the National Policy on Education, it is clearly stated there that the language of instruction for children in primary school and nursery school should be their mother's tongue. That's what is there. That's what is there. So you see that children are able to relate easily with their immediate environment because you are bringing cultural issues on board. The next thing is motivational guests. Motivational guests. Now, what this one means is this. This one now directly talk about teachers who are school owners or who are school leaders. Do not just leave your children to only be seeing one face every time. If you must grow, bring in strange faces. You are being the one training your teachers. You go and look for somebody else to come and train them. Bring in somebody else to come and train your students, to come and talk to them. Invite guests, external persons, put in varieties. Let them see a different face. Let them see a different approach. Let them see a different person training them. If as a proprietor, as a school head, as a head teacher, you are the one, every time they have meeting, it's only you they will see. Tell them, next week we're having a special guest coming from the Ministry of Education. We're having a special guest coming from this place. And you see that special guest, they are able to communicate, they are able to, to discuss, and the audience will feel a different perspective of the people. Are we communicating now? Thank you very much. So it's good you bring special guests on board. The next thing we want to look at is students counseling. Students counseling. Students counseling. Now, talking about student counseling, remember, counseling is different from instruction. Counseling is different from giving orders. Counseling is different from giving command. That's not counseling. Counseling is empathy. Put yourself in that person's shoe and be able to reason along that person. The school must understand that students spend significant amount of time away from family. It is important you know that. Check your own schedule. The child comes to school 7:30 in the morning. Depends on your calendar, your state, your country. Some leave school by 5. Like in my state, they close by 5 o'clock. Some schools close by 4 o'clock. Imagine a child, 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. is with you. How long does he spend with the parents? He will spend 7 hours to sleep. Remove 7 hours from 24. Then check whatever is remaining. You see that the child spends less than 5 hours with the parents. It means that it is you that has the burden of looking into these children's life, checking what they do, thinking, asking them questions, counsel them as an adult. It's important that you as a teacher take on that role. Now, this is very important for us as teachers. I'm telling us how you can increase your value. School maintenance. School maintenance. Now, I'm not telling you to go and be painting and building. No, that's not your role as teachers. Look at what I put there. A stitch in time saves 9. As a as a classroom teacher, a glass in your classroom broke. Or even, let me say a biro. Biro broke in your classroom and you saw it littered there. Or maybe there's a part of the window that was bad. You saw it. You left it undone. You didn't take care of it. You didn't remove that piece of broken bottle. You didn't remove that sharp object on the ground. A child steps on that sharp object and injures himself. You as a teacher will be held responsible for it. It's very important. So a stitch in time saves 9. You should be able to make sure that you do what you should do on time. Be observant. As school owners that are here, go around your school. Anything you see that is dilapidating, fix it immediately. Avoid risk to life. School heads that are here, report observations to the school heads. Timeliness is key in anything we do. Of course, if you don't spend money to maintain a building, you will spend money to, get another building. It's important you know that. Next, parent-teacher communication. Please, let me be sure you are following me before I fire down. And are you following me, please?
Yes, I'm with you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, parent-teacher communication is important. Now, what do you mean by parent-teacher communication? It simply means that there should be an open-ended communication between the parents and the school. Remember, as I'm talking about teacher in this concept, I'm talking about school generally. Teachers are school owners, teachers are school heads, teachers as head teachers, teachers as classroom teachers. All of us, all stakeholders, we are teachers. That's why we are here. We should go to open up our mind. We should go to express our mind to people. Now listen, we don't only communicate about challenges and problems. We should also discuss about successes. As the parents were going home last holiday, did you give them a feedback form? Ask yourself. Did you give them a feedback form? I'm sure many people didn't give that feedback form. You should give your parents feedback form. How has been this term? What do you think we did wrong in this term? What do you think we would have done better? Is there any activity we engaged in this whole section that you didn't like? Is there any action we took that was not comfortable for you? Please, just put a checklist. Tell us your sincere opinion about our services. What area do you think we can improve? Do not neglect that feedback. It's important as teachers if you must grow in your capacity, if you must grow as a school head, if you must grow as a school administrator, you must open up that engagement. Encourage teacher in the family involvement in the school running. Please do not, let me quickly say this before I continue. Do not carry on the treatment of a child's problem on your head. Immediately you observe a defect, immediately you observe a challenge in the learning abilities of a child, please carry the family along. Write a letter, and let me please note it here. Every communication you are going to have with parents, make it official. There was a time, let me say this added on. A teacher just went to a parent's house, unofficial, started talking. You see, this your child is bad, this your child is this your child is not, in fact, it's a dunce, is this and that. That teacher left there with a bruised nose. Don't go to teacher's house, a parent's homes, and start being critical of their children and speak negative. No, it must be conducted officially. There should be evidence. Write a letter, write a small note, call the child, Janet, Peter, when you get to give this note to your mommy, tell your mommy we want to see him, want to see her. Do a follow-up, make a call, or send a text message. Make sure it's acknowledged. It's a meeting. It must be formal. And please, in your communication with parents, you must be positive in your communication. Take note of that element. Any communication that is not positive, don't bring it there. The parent didn't bring their children to you for you to tell them how bad the child is. No. They know already. They brought the child to you to solve that problem. They brought the child to you to help them correct that ills. That's why they brought the child to you. So give them hope. Give them positivism. Give them, give them light. Don't call them and say, Mommy Jennifer can never know. That's not a good attitude of a teacher. Next one, wow, this is interesting. Activities outside classrooms. Activities outside classrooms. Please, let me appeal to you. School heads, teachers who are here, you should be able to take your children outside the classroom setting. It is not every time children will be restricted to the four walls of your classroom. No, take them outside. Now, I was telling somebody that, you see, this issue of clearing, picking and all that, instead of just telling them, go and pick, go and cut grass. No. Why not make that activity a learning process? Bring a concept, environmental friendliness. Children, you see today, they're going to pick the compound, pick up the refuge. And it means that it has to be environmentally friendly and all that. You will see they will be alert. They will be alert. All of them will be alert because they have this environmental friendliness. They are linking their activities to real life, teaching. What they've learned in class, they are linking it to real life situation. It's important. So you must not in any way just go out and confine them to a classroom. Every time classroom. No. Modify it a little bit. Spice up your classroom. Take them outside the field. Take them to the football field. Take them to the lab. Take them to a place different from where they are used to. And make sure every activity that goes on outside the classroom is linked to the classroom. Next is local campaigns. Local campaigns. These local campaigns, it just simply means you should start involving your children, your learners, in involving themselves in the happenings, in the trending things. When you come to school, you as a teacher should know what is trending. Should know the campaign against drugs, campaign against illicit drugs, campaign against all those other things, malpractices and all that. Engage them. Oh, elections are going on now. Engage them. Make them alive to their larger environment. Most of these children, their parents just lock them in the house. All they do in the house is cartoon, is film, is just like that. They are not alive to the real world outside them. Bring them to bear with the real world outside there. We're almost ending up. The next is sports activities and clubs. Most teachers, we are not just interested in sports. I beg, they should leave us alone. This football, I don't have power. I'm here to teach. Let me teach my mathematics. Let me teach my basic science and go. No, sir. I disagree with you. Variety is the spice of life. As a teacher, you must be multifaceted. You must be engaging in multiple ways. Please kindly mute your mic if you can hear us. Thank you very much. You must be multifaceted. You must be able to do many things at the same time. When it is time for sport, get involved in that sports activities. When it is time for any other thing, get yourself involved. It's important. In arts, in drama, in quiz, all these other activities, get it involved in the school. At least let there be one extracurricular activity going on. School heads that are here, school leaders that are here, managers of schools that are here, it is important you also put this into consideration. How is your sporting activities? Maybe you don't have a space for to do sports. It's not to play football. You must not play football. There are indoor games you can do. There are these chess game, Ludo and all that. Every game that engage every competition. There are other sports that may not require bigger space to use. You can do it. Then art and drama. dancing competitions. You can put some things in place that will engage these children objectively. Number 11, make sure your classroom is engaging. Engaging. It's not a one-way traffic. No, it must be an engaging one. It must be one that, there's a give and take. It's a circle. It's engaging. It's very important. Your classroom must be engaging. Let me emphasize it there. New experiences must come on board. New ideas. Things that should stimulate learning. Now listen, let me quickly tell you this. In your absence, listen to me, as a teacher, in your absence, your children cannot learn. Then that classroom is not engaging. I'll repeat myself. For a classroom to be engaging, your children should be able to learn even in your absence. That's the heart. That's the height and the interesting part about an engaging environment. Question is, how do I make my classroom engaging? Use of instructional aids. Use of teaching aids. Do you use teaching aids in your classrooms? Do you have boards in your classrooms? Do you have charts? Do you have things in your classroom that makes learning engaging? If you come to class and just start writing copy notes, no. Let the learning be engaging. You want to teach about fractions. Why not bring fraction things on ground, half things, quarters, put them on the table, leave it on the table and just go outside. The children will start observing those things. Put magazines on the wall of triangles. Maybe you want to teach about shapes. Put different shapes on the board, on the wall, and then just chill. Go outside first. Give them 5 minutes. Let them think. Let them metamorphose. Let their brain think. Wow, what is Uncle trying to teach us today? Okay, he's trying to tell us about he's trying to tell about shapes. What shape could this be? Oh, this is a square. So in your absence, let them start aligning their mind. So that when you come, their mind is already in line with what you are teaching. Hello? Are we communicating at all?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, the next one is communication of needs. Communication of needs. I said this at the beginning of the lesson, of this symposium, and I made it clear that sometimes improving a system is like turning a ship around. It's a slow process. It takes time. But if nobody turns that wheel, that ship will continue going to where it's going to. True or false? True or false? It's a fact. That ship will continue going to where it's going to. If nobody turns their wheel.
True.
As teachers, you must initiate that process. See, I told us earlier that we teachers, we are at the heart of education. Education revolves around us. No matter, I put this argument forth. If you think you have a different opinion, feel free to let's discuss after this my presentation. No technology can replace a teacher. No technology can replace a teacher. However, technology can make you as a teacher obsolete. And that teacher will come in. It's important. It's important. So you must initiate that process. Many of us as teachers, we are bottled up. Why not go and have a conversation with your school head? You have been working in a school for 5 years. You have not had anything to show for it. Maybe your salary has remained as it is. You are not improving. You are not developing. Why not wake up and say, no, I must take the bull by the horn. Meet your school and discuss about that matter. Please, never you in your career as a teacher, serve under a burden, out of compulsion. There's a parable in my local dialect that you don't use shame to eat witchcraft. You don't use shame to eat witchcraft. No, you don't try it. You don't do it. So as a teacher, you must not allow anybody cajole you. You must not allow anybody put you under You must speak up. I tell some of my co-teachers, I say, if you have anything in your mind, go and meet the person. Stop staying in staff room and asking, Mr. Ojo, what do you even think about this matter? This new policy of management, how do you reason it? Okay, that conversation there in the staff room, let me ask you a question sincerely. Will you change the policy of management? Yes or no? Hello?
It won't change.
It won't change anything. It won't change anything. Management have made a policy. It won't change anything. So in your best interest, go and meet management. Director, this is a new policy. You said the rule of time now is now 7:30 instead of 8 o'clock. Look at this. If you're in Nigeria, this fuel crunch, how do we cope? Instead of staying in the staff room, all these things, I don't even understand. This school, they are so insensitive. The management, no, Oga, get up. Go and turn the wheel of that ship. Change the narrative. Even if nobody listens to you, but let it be on record that you have spoken up. Let it be on record that you have expressed your mind. Let it be on record that you have struck a deal somewhere there. It is very important. Parents, teachers, school administrators, it's important that you are vocal. And please, in communication, let's be guided by courtesy. Be guided by courtesy. That your job may be small, that salary may be infinite, may be so infinitesimal, but understand that it is putting food on your table. It's important. Have courtesy in your conversation. Have level of respect. You know, I was somewhere one time and somebody was just talking. He didn't even know who he was talking to. It was online. And then he was so rash with his statements, not knowing that he was insulting to somebody who was actually his boss, whom he never knew. So express respect in your communication. It's very important. Very, very important. Respect, courtesy in communication. Now, the next one, compliments for students. Compliments for students. As a teacher, it is important you understand that it is not only when a child does wrong, you condemn, you cascade, you condemn, you kind of discipline, you lambast the teacher, the child. Ojo, you didn't do it today. Jumbo, you are a very bad boy. You failed all your subjects. No. The day the child did well, did you appreciate that child? It's only, oh, clap for him. Oh, okay, well, I expect him to know it. No. So compliment the child. Now let me go a little bit deeper here. Compliment the child's outfit. Wow. Janet, you look bright today. Look at your dress. Wow, I love this, your new hair. Compliment that child's outfit. You know what compliment does? It relaxes the nerves. Let me tell you one truth. Many of us here, we have gone through several teachers. That teacher you like very well, do you fail the teacher's subjects? Yes or no? Of course, it's possible. You can't fail the subject. Why? Because there is this natural likeness for the teacher. You can't fail the subject. So once the child feels safe, once the child feels at home in your space, you will say the child is good. And he will want to put everything in place to please you, to make you happy, to make you at home. So compliment that child. Compliment them, make them feel valued. Please, as teachers, remember the reason why you are in that school is because of the child. School owner, why did you open a school? It's not because of the child. If that child is not there, will you teach? Is it church will not be making noise for? So the child is at the center of everything you do as a teacher. You must not in any way do anything to demean that child. Remember, the customers are king. In this case, in my business and your business, these learners, these students are king because they are the center of it all. And it's very important. Encourage staff members and teachers to give specific and genuine praises to children. Please do not just exaggerate. Do not blow off people's emotions. Do not just make somebody feel happy because you want to make the person feel happy. Be sincere with your observations. Be sincere with your commendations. Be sincere with your criticism also. Be sincere. Very, very important. Very, very important. Last but not the least, a positive atmosphere. A positive atmosphere. The bottom line of everything I've been saying since is positivity. Please, teachers, if you did not get anything from this symposium this morning, take it from me, be positive. Once you are positive, positive things will follow you. Positivity and reinforcement are important to ensure the initiative do not lose momentum and interest. You must ensure that everything you are doing, you sustain that momentum. Be the cheerleader for educational revival and enlist students and other members of your faculty, of your team, to join in changing the narrative of educators, of teachers. Keep visible record of positive change that you have that have already taken place, and keep your goals. Always keep, stepping up your goals, stepping up your goal, stepping up your goal. It's important. Make sure the atmosphere around you is positive. Anything negative atmosphere around you, remove it. Remove it. When coming to school, the quarrel you have with your wife, please keep it at home. The misunderstanding you had with the bus driver, the boss, keep it there. Let it die there. Remember, you're on a mission. Imagine a doctor rushing into a theater angry. It's not okay. It's not going to kill somebody. Now you are going to modify a destiny, a life as teachers. So you must come there with a positive mindset. Remember, these children coming to your class, some of them are broken already. Some of them are dejected. Some of them are depressed. Some of them are from broken homes. Some of them are from families that are not to be reckoned with. Some of them, their parents are even giving up on them. Then you are the only hope they have. When they come to your class, let them see light. Let them see that candle still glowing. Don't let them see the dull, the casual classroom and no hope classroom. No, they must see that there is light at the end of this tunnel. The bottom line, everything I've been saying since, is without individual pursuing new opportunities to improve school growth, schools will remain stagnant. You, teachers, will remain stagnant. Education will lose its value. There must be deliberate efforts to increase capacity, to increase school growth, to increase what these teachers are doing. There must be deliberate. I mean, deliberate. I emphasize again, deliberate. It's not coincidental. That step is deliberate step. Don't ever in any way, compromise on that step. Don't do it as a reflex action. Make sure you are deliberate about every action that you do. And it's important for stakeholders who are involved in education to find new and interesting ways to capture the attention of students. And remember, as teachers, this is the only way you can increase your value. Don't forget, the more you learn, the more you earn. Don't remain at the level you've been and expect to earn at a higher level. Please, this is not a function of qualification. No. This is not a function of degrees. No. It's a function of development, capacity building, and your ability to make your children transfer what they've learned is very, very important. Thank you for listening to today's class. If you have any question, please let me take your question, and we'll be calling today. Thank you. If you have any question, please unmute yourself and talk to us.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
On the area of
sorry, who is talking to us? Are you?
My name is my display name is showing as Triograph.
Okay.
On the issue of parent-teachers communication.
Yeah.
What of a situation where a letter is constantly addressed to a parent through the child, and the child knowing that these informations are ways to kind of redirect their behavior and refuse to deliver these notes or letters on constant basis. So what do we do in this case, knowing that in most cases you might not actually have direct contact to reach the parents, maybe through phone numbers or emails or whichever way. So what do you do in situations like this to be able to invite the parents to create a strategy to redirect the child's behavior?
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You know, I love that comment you used there. Redirect the child's behavior. Please, I want to highlight that very well. That is the fulcrum. That is the emphasis. Redirecting the child's behavior. Please keep up that comment. Keep up that thought train. You are not correcting the child. You are not killing it. You are just redirecting the behavior. Now, the question is, what do you do? There are many ways to kill a rat, my brother, without shedding his blood. If you give the child a note, yes, the child knows that that note is for his own. He may not deliver it, especially if he knows that he's guilty. So that's why they have friends. All these children, they know themselves. Tell the friends who goes on the same path to the road, give that one note. He said, if you stay in the same area, the same street. When you get to the house, give John's father this note. Or possibly the school management definitely will have the phone contacts of all the parents. Report to the school head. Invite this person formally. They will call the person. They will call the teacher, the parents on the phone directly. You understand me now? So by so doing now, the child will not be able to put some bureaucracies into the process and hinder your ability to complete what you want to start. Have I answered the question now?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Any other question, please?
And the use of technology actually is a welcome development, considering the state of technology now in the world. Everything is becoming automated.
Yeah.
But there are some situations where you have this idea of transmitting your lectures or transmitting knowledge through technological methods, but the school does not actually have an atmosphere that can encourage the use of technological teaching. So how do we then improve or put this technological knowledge to use in such learning environment?
Thank you very much, my brother, for that question. Now, remember I said earlier that it's not about your school, it's about you. It's about you. My brother, develop yourself, work on yourself. Maybe next week, when we're having this symposium next week, I will, please follow up. On Friday, we're going to have on that symposium. Next week, we're going to have on that symposium. Now, when we're having symposium next week, I'm going to tell us secrets, how you can be in Nigeria and be teaching in China and earn free money in dollar. I'm going to give you the links. I'll give you the links. I do them. I have students I teach in China. I have one I teach in Japan. I have one I teach in Canada. I do that at my leisure. Yesterday night, I was in class by 1:30 a.m. Nigeria time. The reason is because that was in Singapore. In Singapore, they were about 8:30 a.m. in Singapore. But we were in 1:30 a.m. in Nigeria night. I wake up and I teach. I don't know, I hear bang, bang, bang in my phone and I'm smiling. But you see, my colleague who is in class here will just be in class there and then complaining. They have not paid salary. They've not done this. They've not done that. Because that person has not been able to explore, has not been able to maximize technology. So, my brother, my advice to you is, if your school is not aligning technologically, don't stress yourself. Remain there, but you go and develop yourself. Go and learn, expose yourself, then start getting this one. Then by the time they start seeing your lights, other people will bring their candle, come and light their candle in your own lights. And before you know what happens, boom, you are already becoming the center of focus. Have I answered the question?
Yes, I have come to understand that what you're trying to actually explain that I misunderstood was that the use of technology must not necessarily be in your present school now, but for personal development and advancement as well.
Exactly. You don't need to wait for your school to buy you a laptop. No, start with your mobile phone. You don't need to wait for your school to buy internet and all these facilities. No, start in your little area. We have a parable in my village that no matter how small a child is, he must have head. So no matter where you are, start from where you are. Start from where you are. Yes, it's very important. They keep developing, keep growing. You may not get to my stage in one day, but definitely I didn't jump here where I am today. That I can stay, I can teach anybody anywhere in the world, and I'm using technology. Now my school got to know of that idea, and they have to adjust. They have to adjust. That's the fact. Because if not, other bigger schools who are around, who are seeing what I'm doing, want to snatch me from them and put me in an environment where I can work better. So that's the point. That's the point. I don't know that I'm making any sense at all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Mr. Frank, any question? How is Accra today? Hope the rains are not too bad. Okay. Yes, any question? Any other participants?
Oh, sure. Everyone is fine here. Yeah, with hello?
I'm with you. Go ahead, please.
Hello? Hello?
I'm with you. Please go ahead.
Concerning the motivational guest, I have a question concerning. You see, inviting someone to the school needs the person will use means of transport. There has to be some budget for that person. In a school whereby the proprietor doesn't agree with that concern, as a head teacher, what can I do?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because of my time, I don't want to exceed our time. I'll just answer this last question and then we'll close up. Now, the question now is, as an head teacher, what can you do? Please mute your mic. It's like no echo. Thank you. Now, as an head teacher, when there's no funds to invite a motivational guest, what do? You don't need to go and look for the one you will pay money. You will go far. In your school environment, there is a retired teacher on that street. There's a retired judge, probably. There's a retired police officer. There's a retired army officer. There's an elderly man on that street. Or there is somebody in your community who has experienced life. Start from where you are. Speak to them and say, sir, daddy, papa, you are a retired teacher. You've taught for 35 years in government. You have retired. Please, I want to come and speak to my children on this, on that day, on that day. They will come. They will happily come. Okay, we are a retired police officer. Please, we have a issue on security. Can you come and talk to my people on security? Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It will oblige you. These are elders who have retired. They will just throw in and they will do it out of fun, out of their own part of giving back to the society. You understand me now? Yeah. So that's my own opinion there. So thank you very much, guys, for your time. I really appreciate. Thank you very much for coming on board. Thank you, everybody, from Ghana. I think I have more than so many of us from Ghana coming in, others from Nigeria, anywhere you are watching from. Those that will still watch this anywhere in the world. Thank you very much. And God bless you. This is the Teacher Development Network. Please, the special news is on Friday, I'm having a special class. I'm going to be bringing on board a special guest, Dr. Fola. Dr. Folake is a special guest coming all the way from the United Kingdom to address us. She's a teacher for more than 20, 30 years now. She will be on this symposium on Friday. That session is going to start 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. In Ghana, that should be 1:30 p.m. in Ghana. Or so, if I'm not mistaken. Then any country you are, please convert it. 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Please, it's meant for school heads and school owners, school leaders. However, I have the authority to bring in those I feel wants to learn. It's not by force. So if you want to learn, please stay in my DM on Friday. Today is Wednesday, next tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. We'll be on this session again for our Friday symposium. We're going to meet Mrs. Folake, and our discussion is going to be handling difficult children, handling difficult learners. That's our topic for that day. You're going to see how she has been doing it for the past 30 years, 20-something years, and how you also do it. I'm going to learn. It's free. You're not paying for it. It's free. So please make sure you Tell other school heads you know who have not joined our group. Let them come on board. These things are getting global. Thank you very much, and God bless you richly. So see you on Friday in class. Follow up other. If you're not registered, please register for the conference, for the summit. Share the links with your friends, with your colleagues, everybody, anywhere you are in the world. Distance is not a barrier. Share the link to everybody, and let's meet on Friday. Friday, 2:30 p.m. We'll converge on this Zoom link, and I will share more of the Zoom link also with those that will be using on that day. My regards to your family. Have a beautiful week ahead. Thank you.
Teacher.